Assalamualaikum. So our group will discuss the last seminar talk presented by IR Noziha, Head Corporate Venture Tenaga Nasional Berhad. The talk is about the Malaysia energy transition. My name is Aiman Fadil bin Kamu Zaman. My matric number is B0822100164. I am from BAI S1/1. What is climate change? Climate change refers to long-term shift in temperature and weather patterns. Widespread improvement in the quality of life of many of the world population have gone hand in hand with increased demand on natural resources. The planet is struggling to keep up with increase in the average global temperature and the frequency of extreme weather events, transforming ecosystem around the world and threatening entire species of plant and animal. Forests are drying up, there is less rainfall and more fire, and the glacier of both the north and south poles are shrinking. The consequence of climate change affect all of us, but in order to react and adapt to it, we must first understand it. Five main effects of climate change. The first one is hotter temperature. As greenhouse has concentration rise, so does the global surface temperature. For the second one is warming and rising ocean. The third one is not enough food, and then more health risk, and lastly is poverty and displacement. Climate change and food securities. So, what is the effect of climate change and food securities? Global food security is an insurance that any country has access to food through the efficient flow of food resources, especially during events such as natural disaster or emergency that can cause a food shortage. So, how do you maintain food security? What we can do to strengthen food security? For the number one, reduce food waste, then improve infrastructure such as sufficient people or machine, storage and transport. Then ensure fair trading practice, pay, pay sufficient attention to diversification, reduce the yield gap so that production can be made more efficient, combat climate change.
Assalamualaikum to all of you guys. My name is Muhammad Amir Hakimi. Today I would like to explain a little bit about renewable technologies supporting the energy transition and also new technologies emerging from energy transition. There are four examples on this slide. Rooftop solar is the first one. We typically use it at home to use less electricity. The second is ground-based solar. In contrast to those installed on roof, it will be installed in the ground where temperatures are frequently colder. Next is floating solar. The fact that floating solar may be deployed in unused water space and doesn't take up valuable land space is a huge advantage. Additionally, floating solar can produce more electricity. Last one is battery storage, or we can call batteries energy storage system, are devices that enable energy from renewable like solar and wind to be stored and then released when the power is needed the most. There are four examples for new technologies emerging from energy transition. The first one is green hydrogen and its derivative. Derivatives of GH2 such as green ammonia and green methanol are long-term energy carriers. They store surplus renewable electricity produced during periods of low demand. Its derivative can be utilized as green feedstock, a source of energy, or as a green fuel for vehicle. Second is carbon capture, sequestration. In order to achieve the world's energy and climate goals, a group of technologies known as carbon capture, utilization and storage (CCUS) may be used. CCUS entails the capture of CO2 from significant point sources, such as industrial facilities or power plants that burn either fossil fuels or biomass as fuel. The third is EV charging. The clean energy transition a key role for EV charging by promoting the use of renewable energy, lowering CO2 emissions, building more durable infrastructure, and enhancing air quality. The last one is biomass. The carbon in biomass is taken up by plants during photosynthesis. Modern bioenergy is a promising nearly emission-free fuel because when the biomass is used to generate electricity, the carbon is liberated during combustion and only returns to the environment.
Up to a certain point, rising temperature and carbon dioxide can be beneficial crops, but rising temperature also increase evaporation from plants and soils, and there must also be enough water for crops to grow. Rising atmosphere quantities of greenhouse gas like carbon dioxide, methane, and hydrofluorocarbons, which isolate the earth and warm it, are a contributing factor to the current shifting climate. Weather patterns are shifting as a result of warming temperature, which is also upsetting the natural order. Global greenhouse gas emissions by economic sector: industry 21%, transportation 40%, buildings 16%, agriculture, forestry and other land use 24%, electricity and heat production 25%, and other energy 10%. Mitigation is the use technology and substitution to reduce resource inputs and emissions per unit of output, because we are already committed to some level of climate change. Responding to climate change involves a two-pronged approach. Mitigation, reducing climate change, involves reducing the flow of heat trapping greenhouse gas into the atmosphere, either by reducing source of the gas, for example, the burning of fossil fuels for electricity, heat, or transport, or increasing the sink the accumulate and store this gas, such as the ocean, forest, and soil. The goal of mitigation is to avoid significant human interference with the climate system. Adapting to life in a changing climate involves adjusting to expected future climates. The goal is to reduce our vulnerability to the harmful effects of climate change, like sea level encroachment, more extreme weather events, or food insecurity.
Hello, my name is Muhammad Amrul Amin bin Muhammad Aziz. My matric number is B0822100034. I'm from BEEI S1/1. I will talk about Malaysia energy transition. Energy transition refers to the global energy sector shift from fossil-based system of energy production and consumption, including oil, natural gas, and coal, to renewable energy sources like wind and solar, as well as lithium-ion batteries. If you want to know, nature is uniquely positioned to develop a sustainable energy system based on renewable energy that can support economic development, address climate change, and achieve energy security, universalization, and affordability goals. Renewable focus long-term energy pathway for the transition to a cleaner and more sustainable energy system in Malaysia. It explores and use sector electrification, the rapid expansion of renewable generation, energy efficiency solution, the role of emerging technologies such as clean hydrogen and batteries, as well as the importance of expanding regional power sector integration, both within the country and with neighboring countries. It also presents sector-specific technology pathway and investment opportunities that will help Malaysia to accelerate its energy transition. Next, TNB Sustainable Pathway to 2050. Energy transition journey start from 2016, and for the next target to 2024 is renewable energy RE target of 8,300 megawatt with accelerated RE investment. And next to the 2035 is energy intensity reduction by 35%, coal capacity reduction by 50%. To next 2050 is aspire to achieve net zero emission. The country largest power producer, Tenaga Nasional Berhad, has an ambitious target of abandoning coal and fossil fuel from its list of material used for power generation to greener source like wind, hydro and solar, with a target date set for 2050. TNB has 20x years to achieve its carbon net zero goal without compromising the sustainable electricity supply to the peninsula. TNB has been overhauling its energy mix for decades, from depending mostly on fossil fuel in the early 70s to the 2000s. The group transitioned to gas and coal, with the former dominating the usage today. The plan is to less depending on coal power plant and wind entirely off them by 2050. Next, TNB Energy Transition Journey. The first, early retirement of coal plant. Explore the viability of retiring Kappa Energy Venture KEV to a year ahead of its PPA expiration, subject to agreement of existing shareholder and approval from relevant authorities and regulator. Second, repowering plant with cleaner fuel and green tech. Following KEV early retirement, we will begin our repowering plan with KEV 1400 megawatt and Paka 1400 megawatt tu. Jinko repowering strategy will including optionality plan to be hydrogen by 2029. And third is accelerate green tech adoption via strategic technologies partnership. In addition to green tech strategy, partner can provide capital and new capabilities. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and selamat sejahtera. My name is Muhammad Alman bin Muhammad Najib, and my matrix number is B0822100170. I will explain about battery storage. First of all, what is a battery storage system? Battery storage or battery energy storage system (BES) are devices that enable energy from renewable like solar and wind to be stored and then released when the power is needed most. Lithium-ion batteries, which are used in mobile phone and electric car, are currently the dominant storage technology for large-scale plant to help electricity grid ensure a reliable supply of renewable energy. We have begun deploying this technology with heavier equipment, working with Viridi Parade, a company that makes battery storage system for industrial, commercial, and residential building. Battery storage technology has a key part to play in ensuring homes and business can be powered by green energy even when the sun isn't shining or the wind has stopped blowing. For example, the UK has the largest installed capacity of offshore wind in the world, but the ability to capture this energy and purposely deploy it can decrease the value of this clean energy by increasing production and potentially reducing costs. There are many types of battery storage. Example, battery for grid scale storage, battery swapping for two-wheeler, energy storage system for home application to complement rooftop solar. Next, what is a green hydrogen? Green hydrogen, also called renewable hydrogen. Green hydrogen is obtained by electrolysis of water. The most crucial thing in that is that this process is powered entirely by renewable energy, so it generates no polluting emission into the atmosphere and is the cleanest and most sustainable hydrogen. Carbon capture utilization and storage. Carbon capture utilization and storage CCUS is the process of capturing carbon dioxide emission and either using them to make things such as building material or permanently storing them thousands of feet below the surface. Benefit of this carbon capture and storage CCS is proven emission reduction solution permanently removing CO2 from the atmosphere. The benefit of CCS environmentally, economic and social with the positive impact both local and global.